Hello and welcome back to today's episode where I'm about to show you how to create your own Christmas tree wreath cake. Together we'll run through the piping tips and techniques you'll be using for this festive cake. I'm Yvette, owner of Enchanted Cakes by Yvette, and whilst I've had the pleasure of creating hundreds of wedding and celebration cakes over the past 10 years in my cake business, my focus now is to help you master the basics of cake decorating so you too can go on to enjoy creating your own cakes. So before we start, go and hit the subscribe button and the little bell next to it so you don't miss a new episode. Before I start piping this cake, I'm using a single layer of a 9-inch round cake, which is about 1.5 inches high. Using my cake knife by Atico, I'm going to cut the cake into 8 equal slices, which will become our little Christmas trees. I'll be piping with my signature buttercream frosting, and I'll pop the link below so you can grab the complete buttercream bundle. It's the exact recipes I use every week in my cake business, and it's perfect for piping in case you don't already have a recipe you can rely on. To start, I've coloured my buttercream in a medium green tone. You can use any brand you like. Mine is from Loyal today, and I fitted my piping bag with my favourite 1M tip from Colour Mill. Now to pipe, start at the pointy end of the cake wedge and start piping using a sweeping back and forth motion until you reach the base. When you're finished, turn the cake around and repeat this on the opposite cake wedge. Now go and get your piping bag that's been fitted with the Atico tip 9307, also with the same green buttercream, and skipping one cake wedge, start piping small stars with gentle pressure at the narrow pointy end of the cake wedge. As you move down the cake, keep adding stars and making them slightly larger until you reach the base. Again, once you finish, rotate the cake 180 degrees and pipe the same design onto the opposite cake wedge. Take your time so your piping is nice and even. Now we're going to prep the pinky red buttercream, which is actually a combination of pink and red colours. And we place our buttercream onto a piece of cling film and then roll it up into a cone shape. Twist your ends and cut off the narrow end and place it into the piping bag, fitted with Colour Mill tip 1E. I'm going to start piping small stars on the pointy end of cake wedge and then alternate with rosettes all the way over the cake slice. Make sure you fill in all the small gaps with small stars and then rotate the cake again 180 degrees and repeat the process to the opposite side. For the last 2 cake wedges, we're using a smaller piping tip, which is the number 21 tip, and repeating the same design again, just more detailed with lots of stars and rosettes. Our last bit of piping, and we're going to use white buttercream with the 4B tip and pipe a single star on the top of each tree wreath. For the sparkly details, we're adding a combination of sugar pearls from Sprink's Baking. We've got gold, silver, and also some little gold stars, which are just gorgeous. And of course, some edible gold glitter from Sweet Sticks. Because really, what's Christmas without a little glitter? For all your cake supplies, including the piping tips, bags, colours, boards, and decorations that we've used, head over to Caker's Warehouse and use code Enchanted10 and receive a 10% discount at checkout. I'll pop the link below for you along with our signature buttercream frosting bundle. So what do you think? Are you going to make a Christmas tree wreath? Make sure you comment below or tag me on Instagram at Enchanted Cakes by Yvette. I'd love to see your creations. And in case you didn't know, if you want more personalised help, I'm opening up a special community space soon where we can connect and have your cake questions answered in a very safe, supportive environment. I'll pop the link below so you can be first to know when it's up and running. So thanks for joining me today. It would mean so much to me if you could hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Until then, enjoy your festive decorating.